Let's talk a little bit about Caw-Gates. This deck has gotten a lot better after all the glitters has been banned, because a lot of the matchups that this deck is good against have started to come back into the metagame again. And a big problem that you had against things like the All the Glitters decks is that prismatic strands being one of the best ways to kind of control games and make your opponent's plays completely useless just doesn't work when the opponent has creatures that are colorless. So now that people are playing colored creatures again, although Grixis is on the rise, but still, this has applications there too. But colored creatures are back in full force, so Caw-Gates can operate again into the meta. And with decks like Gardens and Mono Red being pretty decent, doing very well, Caw-Gates is a great choice. I believe Calicai's and Curb have both put out meta breakdowns now of the most recent weekend challenges in terms of leagues and challenges, and Caw-Gates is one of the best performing and also one of the most played decks out of them all. I've not played this deck in a little while, so I'm running a list by Nubarola. It's 20 lands, 4 Lorians, seems good. I want to make sure I have my lands in this deck, and I want to make sure that I can draw lots of cards too. We have the normal playset of Brainstorm, but I was shocked to see that we only run 2 Preordains now. We have slotted the 2 Preordains in. Well, we've slotted Outlaw Medic in for the 2 Preordains. This is a 1/3 lifelink that draws a card when it dies. Very similar to Guildsworn Prowler in a sense, but lifelink with Basilisk Gate obviously being a very nice little combo. But I'm not too sure how I feel about this card. A lot of the players who play a lot of Caw-Gates have been saying it's good. It looks to me very medium, but I'll happily entertain it, see how it feels. Besides that, nice to see that we are running only 3 journeys. I've never been a massive fan. We've got 2 Destroy Evil, so we're a bit more flexible with our removal. I like Destroy Evil as just an answer. We don't have a Dawnbringer here, so good to we still have an answer to enchantments game 1. And this can hit some big creatures and things too. And then the rest is pretty stock, right? We've got counter spells, we've got Guardian of the Guild Pact, pretty much what you'd expect to see. Sacred Cats for that sweet life gain, Brainstorms because our Squadron Hawks are amazing. If you don't know how this deck works, a really good combo is you have a Squadron Hawk in hand, you can play it, you can get a bunch of these Hawks into your hand. Brainstorm can let you put them away, play 1, and basically drew 3 cards, like 3 fresh cards. It's great. So we'll see if we can get that going in any of these games. Let's see what our opening hand is. Our opponent is deciding if they want to go first or not. They do want to go first. This is a keep. I see 4 lands, 2 removal spells, and a dude. Why not? The dude redraws. Blue land. Okay. It's going to be one of those games. I match you. Okay. Land, go. Let's see. Will they flash out something on the end step? Maybe it's mono blue. They are doing something. Milling themselves. Oh, it might be Terror. Okay. I've never played against Terror as Caw-Gates before, so I'm excited to figure out how this matchup's supposed to go. Journey seems very terrible against Tolarian Terror, for what it's worth, but their deck probably doesn't have a good way to deal with it. I'm gonna boomerang my land or something. Oh, just gonna fill the grave. They're going for a Turbo Terror line here. Wonder if they'll be Dimir or Mono Blue. They won that card. Interesting. Interesting that they played Consider before their land drop as well. Makes me feel them more like they're probably Mono Blue. Screams like Spell Pierce to me, so I'm just going to put in a creature that can't be Spell Pierced. Can't Spell Pierce my Medic. Is he carrying a coffin? He's carrying a coffin filled with I think it's a coffin. I have no idea. Bit of a random tangent. They're cycling Lorien. They got Island with Lorien. Okay, probably mono blue then. I'm like probably just getting Tolarian Terror this turn. That is like awful for me. Go for a Brainstorm here. Let's see if they could like even brainstorm and just play 2 terrors, and I'm probably in a losing position, like a very losing position, because I don't have enough mana to remove one of them right now, and then they're gonna have counter magic and protection up for the rest of the turn. So I don't like this spot right now. Oh, please just be Cryptic Serpent. Oh, that's like perfect for us. Because now our hand lines up really... our hand lines up so good against Cryptic Serpent, actually. We just send this guy to the Netherrealm. They have like... I'm pretty sure they don't really have a good way of removing this. Maybe, I guess, Boomerang. Sweet. And a key part of this matchup, get out of multiples of 5, right? Now I'm not dead to 4 terror hits anymore. It's going to take 5. It's really important. They're not playing anything. Okay, I have a Heat Gate, so I'm happy to do that too. Just gonna be patient. I'm not gonna play this Brainstorm. Like, it's a cantrip. It's not a cantrip, right? It's a late game card. I don't want to play this right now. Snap. Sure. Interesting that you want to snap an Outlaw Medic, I think, but I'm just not even gonna play it again. They obviously probably have something. I represent Counterspell this way more too, which makes me feel like they're going to be in like paralysis mode now. Yeah, I'm down to play a cat. Send this guy in there. If he gets countered, bring him back. It's great. Just going to continue to hold up mana like this. They have 4 cards in hand. I need to like... I want them to play slow. When they play slow, I'm going to be able to develop and I can kind of get in there. I'm even going to be a bit cheeky and give them the old razzle dazzle and then be like, oh, I guess it resolves. Heat Gate giving me treasures is nice to help deal with terrors as well. This is a Mystic. Deep Analysis. Yeah, pretty good in control matchups. So do I have enough to play on Spell Pierce and Ward? I will. Thank you, Heat Gate. Oh, wait. Now that changes everything. Because like I want to remove this, but if this just gets in, they have like absolutely no answer to it in a monocolor deck, right? Just slam. Just slam. Guild Pact. Force Spike is not gonna get you there. It's gonna block your Terror forever, my friend. Hell, I can even just go for Journey. If they use a Spell Pierce, that's not even good. It's just... Oh, don't click it then. Let's get a medic in. This will be my off turn. Brainstorm, sure. Ooh, that Guardian was a sweet top deck, actually. I think that's very good for me. I'm not going to swing with this cat, obviously. That would be... I would be reported to the RSPCA. Another Terror. Cool. Consider, okay. I would like a Squadron Hawk to just cast an Ancestral Recall in a moment. That would be pretty sweet. A Flashing Back Deep Analysis. Okay, that's fine. I don't have any interaction, but I can't just F6 in this spot. I think I have to represent stuff. So this Guardian will block that Terror forever. We can even block with Outlaw Medic at least once, and it draws us a card, so that's pretty cool. Oh, nice. I think I'm going to put a Journey on the stack. This one's nice, right? Because they have to counter it before it ETBs. Because once it's already ETBs, it's too late for them to stop it anymore. So we can force the counter spell here, and then we can just destroy evil and pay the ward. They're thinking. We're going to let it enter. Sure. Ward 2. I'll pay. But then if they actually go for like cantrips and stuff on the end step, if they go tap low, I might even just be able to kill this one too. I'm not going to attack, obviously. I want to preserve my life total. I can win very easily with just to get a gate later on. They have a lot of lands over there. Probably like half the lands in their deck. It's pretty weird. They tap like 4 mana there to cast, and then played Terror. Mystic. Okay. Mystic is a little annoying. Oh, but we just straight up drew the counter spell. Okay. Yeah, I'm just really good at the video game today. I feel like if you just draw everything you need while playing a deck like this, you will just win games. I'm just very lucky and apparently too good. So I'll just always draw what I need, apparently. Feels good. Maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket. Normally, Caw-Gates won't have great answers main deck. Lose focus. I don't understand the point of this, really. Like, I pay 2, and then they get a bird, and then I pay 2, but they could have got a bird by just doing that. I guess it doesn't even tap me out on their turn because they have these 2 treasures stockpiled as well. Sure. They get a bird. It's fine. And I'm kind of in a Basilisk Gate waiting room, and to be honest, even if I draw a Basilisk Gate, it's not very good, right? It doesn't get my cat big enough to start swinging. It gets my Outlaw Medic big enough to start swinging, though. I'm countering whatever this is, especially if it's a Lorien revealed. I feel like they have a Spell Pierce in their hand that's been rotting this entire game, and it's going to look really good right now, but I have to fight over this. Oh, okay, nice. Delver. It says in the chat they cast Delver. But it looks like the servers may have frozen. Oh, my Magic Online's dying. Oh, okay, it's back. We're back, guys. It's fine. I wonder what happened there. That was very strange. Sure, you got Delver in 1 card. We are super stabilized. We're super stabilized. I am blocking. I want to keep this medic around because Basilisk Gate when the medic is how I'm gonna. This cat's not big enough yet, right? It'll only be 5/5 it would trade, so this one will not die because it has a big enough toughness to live. Counter spell. I don't want to brainstorm. I really don't, but I am gonna. How awkward. Let's get the hawk out. It's gonna shuffle my brainstorm, and did I have both these spells held up? I can clear that brainstorm. I can get more chump blockers, which is good. The thinking. Maybe they have a counter spell. Decided not to though. So a funny thing is I now have 5 power, right? So I can throw my entire team under a terror and Strands blue. And that should be able to take one of those off the board, which I think is really important now. So I have my life gain sources. They flip it, they have consider. Okay. That could realistically just be anything. They may be able to delve, they're going for a ponder, absolutely. They have a lot of cantrips. A lot of mana, so you could probably find something good. I want to see might Strands blue for 4 blocks. See how it goes. If this is a mystic, I'll have to counter it. This is a Lorien, I have to counter it too. Now I don't want to because oh, they have no cards in hand. They played the land. Why'd they do that? They didn't play the land. I maybe might have not counted that, to be honest, but they did play the land, so it's free. So I'll trade off with the bird and block one of the terrors, honestly. They're not even going to offer me the bird token. That's fine. Block. I might just preserve life total and draw a card here. Modern Age. Oh, what a good draw. What a good draw. A really good draw now. Let's play this bad boy. Put our Strands in the bin. Oh, the nuts. Let's go for a brainstorm. put these two back. We can finally make another land drop. It's been like 50 years. We can even drop a hawk and hold up the spell here. Sweet. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this game's going now. We basically just need to find a Basilisk Gate, and we'll be pretty able to just close the game out from here. Obviously, I'll take these back. When you get to like Brainstorm and pick up hawks and stuff like this, the deck just feels so powerful. Like, that just felt really strong. I love this format. I love it. It's so good. Like, you get to do so much fun stuff and weird nonsense. Like, we're playing gates. Like, the gates are like, we have lands that pump creatures. I just love the interaction of Caw-Gates. I think the deck is such a neat little construction, the way that it works. It's really cool. I don't know what we would be dispelling, to be honest. I feel like a lot of their draw spells are sorcery, but if they have any cantrip, this, honestly, I'm just going to deny them a card. It's basically just stopping this entire turn from it happening for them. They just got time walked. This is probably really overzealous, for what it's worth, but we have perfect information, right? They don't even have a good attack now with the, like, if the Delver attacks, I'm going to double block it in Strands Blue. I'm going to kill the Delver. Okay, they're attacking anyway. Probably have to. They have to make me use it, right? Name blue. Now we're nice and even on life totals. Counterspell. We win. Wow. They just scooped the match. They don't want to play it out. GG. Okay, let's take a look at this hand. Got only one land, so I'm going to mulligan this straight away. Now we have a lot of lands. This Brainstorm would have to do a lot of heavy lifting to make this hand good. But I don't think I want to go to 5, so what I might do is I might just bottom this Plains, and we'll just play a very slow game plan. If our opponent's on a very quick deck, though, we could die very quickly here. They show me a Simic land, so probably not going to be very fast, especially when it's this one. So we'll just chuck this in, name white, and pass it on. Preordain. This could be Turbo Fog. This also could be some sort of brew. We'll have to see. If it is Turbo Fog, then essentially what we need to do is just stall out, get gates into play, and then counterspell their fogs and just one-shot them. Guardian, sweet. We'll just be throwing in another land. Also, against fog, we can start building up a big mana advantage by using Keep Gate. So let's just tap this one and another gate that we have to make a treasure. So we can start stacking up on mana for like a big turn where we need to have lots of interaction available. Obviously, we want to play around Weather the Storm and things as well. So we'll just check again, like I said, check in a Heap Gate. All we want to do is make sure this Guardian can get in. We can start making treasures now. Like, super chill. Growth Spiral. Definitely feels like fog. Especially with Growth Chamber. See what they got. Probably just going to play their tap land again. Yep. Preordain, sure. If they tap out, we'll just Windmill Slam a Guardian. There's no reason to... They have no removal, right? If we can get Guardian into play, they have to respect it eventually. But for now, they're just holding up. They are just holding up the Arcane Denial is the one that they play. Name blue. We'll get our medic into play. He can get some beats in nice and early. I mean, if this gets an Arcane Denial, it would be very free for us. I accumulate knowledge, sure. Only fog, then I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed they have to be fog at this point. So yeah, let's just try and get creatures into play, start chipping them down. That's the most important part. And then when we can present lethal with a bunch of counterspell backup to stop the fogs and things, that's when we can go. So just, for total card, that'll be Behold the Multiverse. It'll be 2 mana, scry 2, draw 2 now. Oh, great draw. Like, this is just great, right? We just want to apply lots of pressure. Oh, I would not have enough gates, so yeah. awkward. Look at this. Hit for 6 already. 1 attacker. Very good. Do you really want to, like, do they really want to have to fog 6 damage? It's awkward for them, right? They have to. Sure. I expect to see this this Lorien revealed sit in my hand for quite some time. There's that hold that we spoke about before. One thing we need to keep in mind is not fueling the storm count unnecessarily. Want to make sure that we are not casting loads of spells all at once. It's another way they can kind of stall the game out a little bit more. Assuming we can just keep hitting land drops, this Basilisk Gate is making our medic huge. Find if we find another Basilisk Gate, it would be fantastic. I'm gonna go for the Brainstorm now. This oh, didn't find another gate. Very awkward. So we don't want this journey, we don't want this strands, and we will just go ahead and we will shuffle away those bad cards. We'll get a tap land. Put that into play. We will pump our medic and get in for 6, hopefully. Let's see if it sticks. Angle, sure, this one will not untap now. It's pretty good. We have nothing we can do, so we're just going to yield until our next turn. I don't expect they'll do a whole bunch either. They'll cast the Behold here. Yep. Pretty much expecting them to just make a land drop and pass turn here. But we have 1 counter spell now, that's good. I can start our train going. Haven't seen any Moment's Peace yet. Usually they run like 2 or 3 tangles, 1 regular basic fog. So we have a lot to fight through still. They have like a big card advantage spell. They're the ones we really want to counter a lot of the time as well. Because if fog just runs out of cards, it's really good for us. So they milled us. They milled 2 strands, Squadron Hawk and a Destroy Evil, which is honestly, they stopped us drawing 2 strands and a Destroy Evil. That's pretty good. They are terrible draws. So I'm not going to complain all that much there. They're going to shuffle their fogs back into their deck. They're going to go for a Lorien revealed, it looks like. Yep. Okay. Let's get this is their turn that they can't weather the storm, so we're going to get everything into play this turn. Now we can attack with half of our board, for example, because we can always make 1 creature like a lethal threat, essentially, right? With the Basilisk Gate like a big threat, so that'll be our plan. 6 mana here. Not sure what they have that's 6 mana. But maybe we'll see. Replicate Stream, sure. They counted one of their own. Okay, so they did an interesting play there. What they did is they counted one of their own stream copies with their Arcane Denial. So they're going to get to draw 3 cards on the next upkeep. They're going to mill me for 4 more. So we hit a couple more cards that, to be honest, don't really matter. What we don't want to get milled are Basilisk Gates, right? We want to have as many of those as possible. They tap low again, so we could probably push a good amount of damage this turn. If they have Fog, honestly, I think I will counter it to push the damage. Obviously, they're going to draw a bunch of cards here. They get to go up to 8 in hand. Pretty good for them. I think Basilisk Gate is the best draw. Pretty much the rest of this game now. Any gate is fine, though, of course. We will pump our Guardian. We will turn everything sideways. So this is, it looks like 11 points of damage. This is, they're on a 2-turn clock. Which means I will happily just counterspell their Fog here. Because this puts them to dead on board next turn. So you can force them to play a little more conservatively. And then what I'll do is the moment I can find another Basilisk Gate, I'm going to start attacking with half the team each turn. And try and kill them that way. Unless we can draw enough counter magic to pressure them. And then that way we can try and get in for a big attack. So now they have to kind of just hold up all their mana. Because they have to fight through everything. They're even going to just clean up here. Discard a Growth Chamber, sure. Supplies more pressure again. So what we'll do is we will pump one of our creatures. I'm going to attack with just enough to put them dead. Make them have it. Yep, it's absolutely fine. We're playing around Tangle, right? We don't have to over-attack. So they could have, they would have to weather or do something there. We want to make them do something. Cycling a Lorien, absolutely fine. I'm going to hold on to this Lorien as long as possible, and we can start making treasures with Heapgate, try and stack up some more mana again. But yeah, we're kind of just waiting for a Basilisk Gate and more counter magic, really. I accidentally yielded through the turn there. We didn't make a treasure. Hopefully that won't matter too much. Let's just go straight up for same thing as before. Obviously, they have the Moment's Peace in the grave. They can flashback this time. We'll see if they do that or if they cast one from their hand instead. If they're going for the flashback one, sure thing. And I can actually... I can play out a Modern Age and hold up the ability to cast... so to activate my Keep Gate, so we'll do that. Find a gate there. Send it back. Obviously, we just need this Lorien to not get countered. Gonna gain 6 life, sure thing. They're gonna counter one of the copies, it looks like, and draw some cards. Absolutely fine. So they're actually gonna gain... Oh, it's still 6. It's still 6. They just... I must have got the storm confused. Look at the clock difference, right? We're up 4 minutes now. That's good. Again, not really what I want to do, but kind of something you have to just play around and keep in mind in these matchups. Journey, that's a pretty dead card. Luckily we can loot that one away with the Modern Age. Sure thing. First things first. Let's get into the red zone. That's enough to put them at half, so I'm happy to swing like this, I think. Can play around a Growth Spiral into a desert by not attacking with a cat here. Sure. And I'm just going to pass. Unfortunately, a lot of this matchup is just about us being patient and knowing like when to go. They've got 1 Moment's Peace in the grave. Have lots of mana. We have lots of mana. Just kind of waiting for a Basilisk Gate, really. They're going to go for another stream here. Nothing we can do about that. Tapping low makes them quite vulnerable to any sort of counter magic. So I'm not sure I necessarily like them doing this, but I'm not going to complain, right? Going to mill me for, what is this, 12 this time? They've only got enough mana for Flashback Moment's Peace. They only have 1 green mana too, so they can only cast 1 fog. So pretty sure if we draw any counterspell or find a way to draw into a counterspell, they can just die, right? So be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We would have to have a Basilisk Gate as well, I suppose. They moved 1 of the gates. Hit 2 counterspells as well. This cat will come back, so it's not terrible. It's not, I don't particularly want to draw cards, but I think I want to find either interaction to push damage this turn. Like, this is great. I think I just want this now. We will pump. They're just going for a Weather the Storm. They're not even fogging this, which is great. We could hold this counterspell for the next one. And they don't have enough mana to weather again, so I'm just going to slam a Lorien revealed here, I think. I don't think that they play Spell Pierce. Might get really punished by it, but we'll see. Looks like they don't. Nice. Honestly, I'm not going to play these Squad Hawks. I'm not going to play this Modern Age now. I don't think I want to take any more cards out of my deck just in case. Being above 12 seems like it might be a key amount. But they're looking dead on board to me unless they have another fog. So that's good. Draw another piece of interaction. That would be incredible. I should have pumped before attacking here. That's completely terrible misplay. Tangle. It's quite good, but it's also fine because I can play one of these Squad Hawks. Is this casting? It's not. It's an activated ability. So what I probably should have done is played the cat, because that wouldn't have counted towards a Weather the Storm if they have one now. So I'm making a lot of misplays this game. We'll see if they end up mattering. We're getting very close to being dead here. Our deck is almost gone. This counterspell might have to, if they go for a win attempt, it might have to counter one of the mill spells, which would not be great. They bottom 2. They go for a preordain. They could just go for a really big Weather the Storm here. And that's where this counterspell becomes awkward. If we counter like one of their setup spells and they weather over the top, gain a bunch of life, it can be really hard for us here. Like, our deck is getting very thin at this point, and without our Grave Hate, like Relic of Progenitors things, to kind of snipe these these fogs away so they can't reshuffle them. It makes this matchup quite hard game one. Sure, they have Explore. They're just going to go for a big weather here. Like, they're just casting loads of spells to gain lots of life. Which kind of puts us dead if we don't find Basilisk Gate. Oh, do they not have a weather? Interesting. No weather, wow. That makes me think they don't have one at all. Because why would you not just cast it there? This is 11. This is lethal, right? We can beat one fog. They scoop. Yeah, we get the win there. Wow. Just didn't have it. Amazing. That's great for us. So we just want as much interaction as possible. We're going to bring in the relics. And this is really great, right? Because we have so many dead cards that we just don't even care about playing. We have more dead cards than like good cards we want to bring in. So obviously we have relic coming in. We have red blast coming in. Like these slots, like what is the... What else do we play? Right? They could have a Duke. Sometimes these lists play Murmuring Mystic, so we can keep these and cut these. Then we have to keep one more card. We'll anticipate a Murmuring Mystic Duke. I don't know if that's correct. Awkward hand, because we have so much we have interaction and a Basilisk Gate. That's what I want, but I don't have another land, and I think that's not good enough. This is great. I'm just going to keep this, right? 2 Basilisk Gates. Put back a red blast. Maybe I put back Brainstorm, actually. No. Maybe this isn't a bad decision. I'm going to put back Brainstorm, though. Jordan, absolutely. We're up on clock, too. Like, this game's looking pretty decent. We got our sideboard cards now. We're ahead on time. Have a hand packed with interaction. That's a very sweet draw. Still think I'm just going to name blue on this guy. The moment we get a blue, so when we get a blue tap land, we'll name red on that, and that will let us cast these red elemental blasts. These are just for like fighting back against arcane denials and stopping draw spells. We had another spell or something in the sideboard. I would have loved to have brought that in, or like negates and things, but this list just does not have those, so no point worrying about them too much. Perfect. Get this in. I think we're just gonna get it on red now. We're not going to be multi-spelling too much. Perfect time to Pruning. Let's get rid of that. We'll take the Lorien. And I would like to get a creature soon in the next couple turns, but these Loriens are lands and they're also big draw spells, so can't complain too much with that. I'm not sure how aggressively I'm supposed to... Ooh, bad draw. How aggressively I'm supposed to red elemental blast, like card advantage spells. I think when I'm trying to build up here, I might want to do it a bit more than I normally would. I'm going to counter this because they don't have weather mana open yet, and this just denies them a mana as well. It makes them slower. Deck's really mana hungry. I don't know if that's correct. We'll have to wait and see. Yielding to the end step though. Could get my, excuse me, losing my voice a little bit. Get my 5th land. Happy just getting tap lands. Wow, we just have infinite Lorien revealed. Sure, we'll get the tap land in now while we still can. And we will untap and draw 3, hopefully, but a little awkward. A little bit awkward. Yeah, it sucks, right? We really need this Squadron Hawk to resolve, and it would probably just get countered. We have a red blast, so I think it's okay to just play it. We do have to fight over this, though. Sure. That's absolutely fine. Great. Well, yes. I'm gonna grab all these. These die to deserts, but that's okay. We will probably only be pumping with the gate anyway before we attack. So I like this, right? We have 2 creatures now. So what we can do is we can start pumping one of them twice and swinging with it. So if they ever gets tangled, we're only missing out on 1 point of damage. This is why I really like Basilisk Gate versus like Tangle is really good, because all of our damage is not coming from our creatures. A lot of creatures suck in terms of like power, but these gates are great. Like we can swing for 9 next turn. That's amazing. Ghost Spiral, yeah, sure. We have Red Blast up still. So 1, 2, 2. I'm gonna go get an island here so we can double pump a Hawk. Sure. I mean, this is gonna be pretty boring game for us from the rest of the time now. We're just gonna do pretty much the same thing every turn, which is make a 9/9 creature, turn it sideways. Yep, sure thing. And we'll just yield until our turn, and we're gonna keep doing this. Try and stock up our hand with interaction and a bunch of other, like, you know, when they tap out and don't have weather, we'll play creatures and things. But this is how we have to play. It's a little bit, it can be boring. I find it quite interesting, just because I think you have to know how to play against it, and you have to kind of keep all those things in mind. I don't have a lot of experience against Fog, but the deck is interesting. They're going for a stream, sure. They're going to go for mill on us and probably put back the... I'm not sure what they'll put back. Maybe the Fog and the Preordain? Maybe the Growth Spirals, we'll see. They milled 3 lands and a counterspell. Absolutely. That is fine. And then they milled... Ooh, they milled on a spell, another counterspell. That's awkward. Brainstorm. So this would be a really good turn to push damage. Makes me want to brainstorm to look for a piece of interaction. Nice. That's also fine. We'll put this back and put this back so we can shuffle this arms away now. Get our tap land into play since we're not going to use this gate anyway. We will pump up our bird. I am going to attack with both here, specifically because if they cast Tangle, I'll just play a creature. And if they don't cast Tangle, then I won't. Moment's Peace, sure thing. In fact, they tap out, so I think I'm just going to play out another creature. Well, they don't have Weather the Storm. In fact, I'll just play the Squad Hawk to get the shuffle off now. We'll take this one back out the deck, shuffle it up, and send it back. We'll yield until our turn again. Here's the thing. This was the thing, as I'm not holding up Red Blast for this. But they have 2 mana again. Let's just keep chilling, find counter spells, find interaction, chip them away. Let's just try and never ever play into Weather the Storm if we can. Pump a bird. Like, that is a huge bird there. And we'll attack 14. Leave 1 back, just in case of a tangle. Fog, absolutely. They have Weather the Storm mana up, so I'm not playing anything else. I'm just going to pass turn. We made our land drop. We don't care about anything else, right? We have... These are the most important cards in the matchup. They can't kill these creatures, so it's completely fine. I'm not going to counter this now. I think I want to... I want a Red Blast high velocity card draw. So if they're going for like a Lorien Reveal or something, I want to fight over that now. We know they have Flashback Moments Piece. It's all good though. Alright, let's uphold the Multiverse. That could be a good enough target, to be honest. Made land drop, so let's do what we do best. Turn bird sideways. And this is why I really love gates in this matchup. This one bird is like pretty much a lethal threat now. To the point where I'm not even going to risk a Growth Spiral hitting my Hawk. I'm just going to attack with 1. This is Moment's Peace. Sure, you got 2 of those in the bin now. Pass through the turn. It's going to be like this for a little while, but look at their time. Look at our time. It's good. We have over half our clock left. They do not. Going for a Behold. And a Weather. And they're going to counter one of the Weathers to draw 3. Nice. Absolutely fine. I'm going to go to 5 cards in hand, then draw and go to 6. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be holding up, like, if it was correct to put the Hawk to 19 damage or just leave it at 13 and hold up Red Blast. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because obviously denying them, what was it, like 3 cards is really good, obviously. Looks like they're going for another Storm turn where they're just going to try and weather at the end and gain lots of life. I am going to hold up Red Blast this turn. Hit them for 14 because that's half their life total. Like, obviously, we know they have Moment's Peace in the grave. Just cast another Fog. Okay. Let's just go to the insub again. Tough matchup. Very tough matchup. Oh, a lot of bounce lands. A lot of bounce lands for them. They're gonna have to go to clean up from that bounce land though. Discarded the land that they picked up, so I think I'm gonna get this one on red now as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing as last turn, but I don't even need to swing with the other bird this time, just to put them at half. So I'm not gonna swing with this one. Ooh, we got one of the flashbacks. That's pretty good. Means it's not going back in the deck with one of the streams. And I'm not gonna cast anything at all. Again, just playing around Weather the Storm. I don't want to give them value for free. See, look, they had it there too. I'm gonna counter this Arcane Denial though. I want to deny them cards at this point in the game, and this Red Blast is not going to get many better targets. If they end up playing Lorien, that sucks, but it would have drawn as many cards. They just get to gain an extra 3 life this way, which is okay, because we're hitting for enough now that I think it's okay. It seems like they don't have the Mystic and Tolarian Terror Duke that sometimes they have in the sideboard, so that's okay. That's a great draw. More gates are always good and very welcome. Gonna hit them for 17 because that is the magic number, half their life total again. At this point in the game, I feel like a Relic of Progenitus would be a pretty big card to draw. Moment's Peace. That one's from hand. Yeah, like especially now. I could go for a Lorien this turn. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's because 1 initially and it's 4 to replicate, so it'd be 4, 8, 12. They could mill me for not enough. Just instantly resolved. So I'm actually going to do something kind of cool. I'm going to discard these cats. Well, a cat. Because in Embalm the Cat, it's an activated ability. It's not actually casting the card, which is cool. So we don't have to play into Weather the Storm, which is nice. I would love to find a relic at this point before they're gonna stream. That's unlucky. Oh no, maybe it's a Lorien. Okay. Like if I can take all of these fogs out of their graveyard, I feel like the winning game is gonna be really hard for them. This is a stream though for sure. They're only holding up 2 mana, which means if they oh, another Lorien, Jesus. Digging and digging and digging. Preordained, they're going to go for a Weather the Storm. Look at their time, by the way. How are they going to win game 3? No weather as well. Oh my goodness. I feel like my opponent has not drawn very well, unfortunately. They got a little bit unlucky, it feels like. Oh, and the counter spell. Can we kill them? I don't think we can kill them. I don't think we can kill them. We can get a lot of damage in, though. You had to tap low, you drew lots of cards. Yep, we have the counter spell. Hit you for 27, but you're very low. Kind of forcing him to have it here. They're gonna have to do something about this, right? They need. I mean, they have Moment's Peace in the grave, but now being at 8, they're in the must fog every turn possible point. If we get streamed though, it is very bad. We could be on not working with quite a lot of cards. So then we've got 1, 2, 3 counter spells in the grave and the dispel gone. So we're getting to the point in the game where it's going to be less about us doing it and them just not having it instead. Wow, they're casting a Beholder Multiverse again. Goodness. They topped both though this time. They have 11 cards in hand. And they're not going for a big weather. They're going to hold up multiple fogs this time, probably. Got 1, 2, just the 2 fogs in the grave. Arms of Adar doesn't do anything. I'm gonna brainstorm. Relic, very sweet. Let's go. Let's get this into play on blue. Relic is like a must counter spell for them, I feel, at this point in the game. All their fogs are gone. We have a lethal attacker also. They didn't, like, they might have just F6'd and messed up. They should have flashed back to a Moment's Peace. I think we got him. Oh no. No. They have a Tangle. Sure thing. Game is not over yet. They got the 7 cards they have in hand and the 3 cards left in their deck to figure it out. Unfortunately, we we have the other relic. We would need to probably find that to stop them like looping. They fully tap out. Is this enough? Like, does this mill me out? 4, 8, 12, 16. It's not enough. Right? 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, they're dead. Sweet. 2-0 fog. GG. So this is Future Nyx now checking in quickly. I was trying to get a lot of gameplay today. I wanted to play 3 or 4 matches, but as I was recording a couple of the matches, Magic Online kept going down partway through. After game 1, normally it would then immediately die. I thought the servers were just being weird, but it turns out that Daybreak were getting DDoS today. So the Magic Online servers were being taken down by a group of individuals, it seems. So I have essentially like 4 or 5 matches half complete saved here. You just saw 2 games against Control, like, or slow decks, so I thought I'd add at least a little bit of one of those matches that got cut off abruptly. So you'll be able to see some gameplay against Rakdos Madness now. So I'll play that clip and then I'll be back with a wrap up at the end. Alright, let's take a look at the starting hand. So my first thought about this hand is that it's not amazing, but Brainstorm plus a Shuffler is probably fine. I think you're meant to keep this one with 1 removal and some cantrips. Like, Brainstorm's not really a cantrip, you want to be using it in the late game or with Squad Hawk, but we'll see. So it looks like we're against Rakdos Madness, probably, if they're leading on Drosswatch Bridge. Could be Grixis. We'll just play a Seagate, we'll name White, and we'll send the turn back and kind of see what our opponent's on here. Alright, Great Furnace, still not really narrowed it down. Faith of Suing, okay, this would be Madness then. Would be very shocked to see Grixis running Faith of Suing. Alright, Kitchen Imp coming in. It's going to be a frustrating beater to have to deal with. We can probably just journey this next turn though. 2-2 flying, it blocks all of our Squad Hawks. It's just a bit of an annoying creature. You want to try not to bleed too much damage. Counterspell there. We'll just go for an island into a journey. Next turn we can hold up Counterspell. We can hold up Brainstorm Lorien on the end step. We can even hold up we cannot hold up Strands, sorry. That's my bad. Vampire's Kiss, sure thing. Gives them some blood. Let's see if they have another land drop. They do. Oh, sweet. They're playing the new Outlaws of Thunder Junction lands that ping you, the opponent, when they come in. It's pretty cool. Something to keep in mind then, that being at 1 could be quite scary. I think I'm just going to do exactly what I said here. We'll name blue. We'll pass turn back. We've got a Counterspell open. We've got Brainstorm, Lorien Cycle. Faith of Suiting. We'll just counter this. Uses a lot of their mana. They don't get to put another spell into play now. Yeah, didn't have any follow-up after that, so not bad. Squad Hawk. Now I'm very happy to see that after, you know, holding Brainstorm. So I think what we'll do is we will cycle, get an island. We'll put the island into play. We will cast a Squad Hawk. Let's go. So we'll grab all of them here because we won't have to discard any. So hand size. We'll grab our Hawks. And We don't need to Brainstorm now. We probably don't need to Brainstorm on the end step either, to be honest. Just main phase Brainstorm next turn. That's absolutely fine. Brainstorming it in the end step and things is not always the best play. Did they have another Faithless Doing in the grave? I must have just completely missed that. That's absolutely fine though. Very strange. I was not expecting. They must have discarded it and I hadn't seen. Huh. I need to focus more apparently. In comes the Imp. Obviously, the Imp being a 2/2 when all of our flyers are 1/1s is a little awkward. We kind of want to find a Sacred Cat. Sacred Cat is where we want to be right now, and Basilisk Gate not too much after. So we'll do our little trick of putting these two back. Get a Basilisk Gate into play, that's pretty good. And we probably don't want to draw the other Hawks again, obviously. We want new draws, so we could go ahead and play a Hawk. Honestly, it could be worth even just discarding one of these strands to hand size. I don't hate that. So I'm going to do that, actually. Let's play the Squadron Hawk. We'll definitely search. We'll grab the Hawks. We have another Brainstorm, so we'll be able to get a lot of value. We will move to the cleanup. We'll discard a Prismatic Strands. Now we can fog a color if we need to by tapping our Hawk. The unfortunate thing with Rakdos Madness is that a lot of their damage is loss of life, which is a little awkward. Can I take 4 here? Yeah, I'm going to say that I can. You do, like I said, we have to be careful of loss of life. Another ping land, nice, go to 8. I think I'm going to end set Brainstorm again. What do I have to this time? I might need a lot of mana next turn, so I actually am going to do this. Destroy Evil looks pretty bad. We'll just put the Hawk on top since we know we're going to draw that one anyway. Alright, let's think. So pre-ordain, we see one new card. I don't hate that. Outlaw Medic, perfect. Lifelink creature is pretty much where we want to be. So I think I'm going to put the Outlaw Medic into play. Now I'm not really representing anything else, so I could cycle Lorien for the tap land and play it. I could cycle Lorien for an island and play another Hawk. Both of those lines don't feel great. What I want to do really badly is just untap with this Outlaw Medic and start attacking. Gain some life back. I think I do want to make my land drop. I don't have time to cast Lorien Revealed this match anyway. So I'm just going to play to the board, get blockers down. I will, I guess, shuffle, why not? And say go. I guess maybe it's wrong to shuffle because I put the Destroy Evil on the bottom, right? So probably should not have searched there. Deadly Dispute, sure. I think they sacked... I don't know what they sacked, but it's fine either way. We're getting Fiery Tempered. Oh, discard a land, sure. I would prefer them not to use Burn this turn because I would like to... This is what I was worrying about. I will Strands this. That halves my life total. If they have another one, I'm just probably dead. I would have preferred to have been able to double block the Imp before I had Strands, but we'll have to see. Alright, they're discarding lands instead of burn spells. That's a good sign. They do have 4 cards in hand. This Outlaw Medic can chump the Tomb Raider and gain us a life here, so they probably won't attack with it. Okay, they will. Alright, we'll move to blocks. We'll block everything. We can't afford to lose any life now. I think if we get to untap with the Outlaw Medic, the game can start to turn it on its head. So we'll be ping land, okay, back to 8. They had just not attacked with the Tomb Raider, I could have been at 7. I don't know if that's relevant, but it seems like it definitely might have been. Ooh, Sacred Cat. Very good, very good. So I need to think, right? I want to be able to cast Strands, so I need to have 3 mana available, and I really want to pump the Outlaw Medic too. So that gives me the most life now. If they have a removal spell for it though, it's very bad. Guess that's why I have the Strands though. I'm gonna go for this. It's now like a must-kill threat. Yeah, they're bolting the creature, so I'll Strands and name red. So now they have to have another burn spell. So they don't have. Get in for 6, go back to 12. Sorry, get in for 4, go back to 12 life. We're on the road to stabilization for sure. Now as well, like every gate we draw is gaining us more life every turn. So very good. We just because we strands here, we have another strands for the next burn spell, the next thing that could be kind of dangerous for us. And this might look a little weird, but I think I want to just pad my life total as much as possible. So stay as healthy as possible. And I could even strands name red here, but they could just burn over the top, so I'm just gonna let this happen. Can't strands now at all, actually. So maybe that was a very big mistake. Okay. This will redraw. Them pointing that at me, though, makes me feel a little bit better. At the creature, sorry. I think I'd misplayed pretty hard there. Now I definitely want to play the Sacred Cat. And I think I actually would rather Modern Age than Brainstorm. So if I discard Strands, I get 1 less activation, but I get to hold up Counterspell as well. Oh, this deck is very hard. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna Strands name red. This games is a life. We still have Counterspell open, obviously. Yep. Can't Strands that guy, he's colorless, so it's got to land, sure. Vampire's Kiss, yep, it's okay. That one's fine. They have 1 card in hand. You just want to stop them drawing cards. If they have like a Deadly Dispute or something, just keep them empty-handed. Except I'm not going to Brainstorm end step. I'm just going to hold it. Ooh, very good. Discard the Guardian. Play the Gates. So I probably need to Squad and Hawk first, right? Hawk first so I can hold up Prismatic Strands and still get in with the cat. And then I can still hold up Counterspell. Got Counterspell and Strands now. Use to combat. Attack for 5 lifelink. Yep, the last card in hand's a land. I assume that one is not a land because they could have used the other blood. If they hit me for 6, I go to 6. That's fine. Because I'm hitting them for 5 and gaining. So I'm losing 1 on turn right now. That's okay. Hypercure puts me to 5, sure. Modern Age, our other Modern Age is going to flip. That's a nice blocker. So 1, 2, 3, pump the cat. 1, 2, 3. I do not have Counterspell open if I do that. So I'm going to preordain. Journey. Journey might be good. This isn't getting untapped land. No, I think I want to land. Sure. Just gonna keep hitting with the cat here. It's not my face, so I'm gonna counterspell this. It's the last card in hand. hold up the Hawk so we can flashback strands, of course. Put them to 10, we go to 10, we have a Strands Engrave, we have a Counterspell and Brainstorm in hand. Guardian can come in and get this last point of points of damage confirmed. This is actually fine to just Strands, I think. I get to keep my blocker, and I get to fog 2 of their creatures. Like, it's preventing 3 damage anyway, they have no cards in hand, right? Now they can't attack at all. Yep, sweet. Spell's a good draw, I think. Question is, do I even attack with the lifelink now? I think I'm meant to just be swinging in the air. They're just dead next turn. I have Counterspell plus Dispel held up this way. Should have actually used the Basilisk Gate, you know, just had an extra blue mana, could have represented something, but they have 1 card in hand, right? I have 2 Counterspells, I think it's pretty fine. I just chump, counter anything that kills my flyer, it's perfectly fine. They look very dead to me. Alright, a little bit of a risky one there. Sort of seemed a little bit awkward, but I think we'll get there. Yep, let the Madness Trigger resolve. Dispel this. Obviously they could draw something to remove it, but it's not looking good for them. Gonna recycle it one more time. Arms of the Vein. Okay, they'll gain some life. I think that means they're not dead now. It's their last card in hand. They could draw a removal spell. Oh, so awkward. This is 4, so only 6. I'll counter this. Looks like we got there. Not sure if that counter spell was good there. That seemed a little risky to me. I'm not sure if I would have taken that line if I played the matchup again. Right, so that wraps up the video today on Caw-Gates. A suggestion from one of the people who commented on my last video. I absolutely adore this deck. When I first played it a while ago, I never really enjoyed it too much. I found it boring at the start, which is really weird because I am pretty much a die-hard Control fan. I play Control whenever I can. It's my favorite thing to play. But I think I just didn't quite get the deck. But now I kind of understand it, and I have to say, I was pretty impressed with Outlaw Medic in all of the games I played, even the ones that didn't make it to the video because of the servers going down. I think that having 2 over the extra 2 preordains might actually be correct, which is a weird thing to think about for me. But I do like the Medic. I like this list as well. It feels good. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any sort of decks that you want to see next time, any specific like archetypes, and I want to kind of cover all of the meta archetypes first, then I might go into some more interesting spice. So feel free to let me know what you want me to play next time. Yeah, thank you very much.